Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. My name is Michaela, and today I'm going to be telling you all about my experience getting an online interior designer. So this was a really fun project for me to do. Backstory, I'm not good at like designing or making things cute. I'm like the most not cutesy girl ever. I'm not good with like putting rooms together and stuff, and if you've been following along on my channel, then you know that I just recently bought a house. I thought that would be interesting to get an interior designer to make my space. So I'm going to tell you guys all about how I designed my bedroom. I just want to say thank you so much to Havenly. I will link everything down below, but this has been the best process and best experience of getting all of this stuff put together, and my interior designer was great. And yeah, so like I said, just wanted to say thank you so much for working with me, and let's get right into the video. So the first thing that you have to do, or the first thing that you do, is you need to pick the space. So you need to launch the project. So the first thing was the space, and I chose my bedroom for this particular project. So I went through, and on Havenly they have like Pinterest boards, they have their own personal like designer boards that their like interior designers have created, rooms and stuff that they've already put together. And from that I went ahead and found some pieces that I liked. Some pieces, obviously if you're a girl, you probably already have a Pinterest board full of things that you want to make your home into. So I grabbed some pieces from that, and then I just like got those together and kind of had a vision in my head of kind of what I wanted. And then the next step that you needed to do is you needed to find an interior designer. So there's one of two ways you could do this. Actually, there's several ways you could do it, but for me it was one of two ways. So the first way you could do it is to find, if you have a set style, which I did not, if you have a set style, you can go with interior designers who are really proficient and are really, that's like their style as well. Since I had no idea what kind of style I was, I did not do that. I went with whoever had the most availability, or like the closest availability, because I want to get this ball going. So I found one. I went with Cheyenne. She was absolutely wonderful, fabulous. And so within a few days we were already getting the logistics of like when we were going to talk and all that good stuff. So I went in, I put my room dimensions, I had like a little phone call with her. If you watch my vlogs, you've probably seen that. I did like a little phone conference with her. I showed her all my pieces. I went through and took pictures of my room. It's like literally a blank room because I just moved in. There's nothing in there but my bed and one dresser. So I sent all of that stuff to her. And then the next step was the idea workspace. So basically I told her that I didn't have a design like in mind, but I knew on pictures what I liked. So from that, she went and put them into, and found like the actual design name, a styled board for subtle boho, mid-century boho, and then minimal mid-century modern. What happened after that is I rated the rooms overall 1 through 4, what I liked, 4 stars being the one that I liked the most. And with each room I went through and rated the pieces that were inside of the room. So if there was like a rug, I would rate it either a smiley face, a sad face, or just like an in-between. So I would go through and do each piece for each of the 3 different rooms, and then I sent that back to her. So just a side note that all of these things are happening in just like little sections. So I think like overall maybe it took like a week or a week and a half, but I would do something and then I'd send it off, and then she would do something, and then she'd send it off to me, and then I'd do it and send it back off. And the whole time there is like a chat that you can do. I got it linked to my phone, but there's a chat, so I could be talking to Cheyenne like at any point. So it was super duper, just like you felt like you were part of the entire thing. And then the next one was the review concept and finalizing the layout. So she put a layout of, I sent her a layout of my room currently. She asked me if I wanted things to stay. I have 2 windows that kind of make it to where I need my beds a certain way, so I let her know about that. And then she sent me a concept. So she basically took all of the things that I liked from those 3 different rooms and tied it into one. I'm not gonna like show it. I want you guys to stay tuned for the next video. She kind of just laid out like how she would do it and how she would style it, how she would. It's not anything that like, of course I had to, but she just like showed me. Just wanted to know also that all of the products that she put in like this review concept, final concept, they all, if you hovered over them, it had an alternative item. So if I didn't like, or just like wasn't super in love with one of the pieces, I could go to the alternative one. And there were a few that I was like, it wasn't that I hated them, but I was like, let's see. And I ended up actually picking like a lot of the alternative items. So I really liked that like feature of it, because instead of like being like, no, I don't like it, and then like having to send it back to her, like saying like, oh, I don't like this, do you have anything else? There's already like alternative pieces that were kind of the same style, just like a little bit different. Absolutely loved that part of it as well. The next part was shopping for the room, which was like seriously so fun for me. I do want to go ahead and say I forgot to mention it. I had a $1,500 budget that I did not want to go over. I am still a teacher, so I didn't, and I wanted to also relate with you guys because I watch like a few YouTubers, and it is great that if you can redo your room or redo a room for more than $1,500, but that just personally was what I wanted to stick into. So saying all of that, that went into the pieces that she picked. So obviously if I wanted to stay within $1,500, she wasn't going to find me a bed frame that was going to be $1,000, because that just wouldn't make sense. So I do want to say that all of those things went into her decision making and the products and stuff, which I thought was super thoughtful and super skillful. And that's kind of why it took some days, like a few days in between, because she was going through all these obstacles. So yeah, I had a $1,500 budget that I did not want to exceed. So then it came to shopping, and I love this part because I could literally just go down and add to my cart, because it already had everything that I liked. And so it was really easy. It was like following, like, I don't know, like a mixture of following a grocery list and following a recipe, because I just like, I saw the picture and I knew that I just had to add it to my cart. Super duper fun for me. So once I added to my cart, that was it. And then Havenly uses, so Havenly is like the middleman between me and the like people. So just wanted to also say that they do a lot of different vendors. So they do like Home Depot, which I didn't realize that Home Depot had like home stuff, like rugs and stuff and bed frames and stuff. So Home Depot, Wayfair, what's another, West Elm. So they have like different ones for like different price points. I know Article is one. Just depends on what your price point is, but I really like that they have all of these vendors that they work with, because it doesn't really matter if you're like balling on a budget like me, or if you have a little bit more money to spare. So overall, I am literally so impressed with this whole it's been like seamless. Like, it has not been a headache. Like, I would have thought that this would have taken, well, would have taken me forever because I'm indecisive, but I would have thought that this was a much longer process. But literally, it's like been 2 weeks and I've already got stuff at my door. So I am so ready to get this you know, this room come to life. I can't wait for you guys to see the next one. So I am going to have a code for you guys down below right here on the screen if you would like to use the Havenly services. I cannot recommend it enough. It has been literally the most enjoyable experience ever. It's kind of made me kind of like you know, interior designing a little bit. I'm not gonna get crazy because I'm still suck at styling things, but yeah. So anyways, you need to make sure you're subscribed, make sure the post notifications are on, because I am going to be showing you guys my room reveal pretty soon, telling you where I got the pieces from and all that good stuff. So without any further rambling, I love you guys, and I will talk to you in the next video.